And today's transformation story starts the way many do, with a single photo that changes everything. When Janae Daniels saw this picture of herself at her 50th birthday party, she said it stopped her in her tracks. The very next morning, she woke up with intense pain in her knees, hips, and joints, so severe she even began considering an orthopedic consult. She wondered, is this just what happens when you turn 50? But instead of accepting decline, she made a decision to reach out to Charles D'Angelo, and drumroll, please, here she is now, incredible. Janae, please have a seat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so we mentioned it a little bit there, but just from your own words, what was life like before Charles D'Angelo?
Yeah, so I had just turned 50, and over the years I had gained weight, and I had got to the largest I had ever been in my life, and I had joint pain, I was sluggish, I was tired, and I knew I just needed some type of a change.
Yes, and you know, I heard you chatting a little bit about it before this, but you've had a lot of changes since Charles D'Angelo. So how has your life actually shifted since losing the weight?
Yes, so a lot more energy. I feel great health-wise. I've improved, and I was just explaining to Charles just last week, I went to the eye doctor. My vision has improved, and she said it was probably a result of my weight loss.
Wow.
Your blood sugar being better.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So many health changes and just a lot more energy.
So what was it about his programming that worked so well for you?
I would say definitely the consistency, the accountability.
Structure?
The structure. The structure was really important for me. For me, I wanted something that could teach me new healthy habits where I could have lifelong changes, not just short fixes. And I learned a lot of structure and just the consistency.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that lifelong changes. Charles, you know, this program that you have, it's no pills, it's no injections.
That's right.
This is really something that is for your lifetime.
Yeah, and I'm not anti-medication. So for people that might be using medication right now, you don't have to feel discouraged from reaching out, because the big question, the anxiety a lot of people are dealing with is, well, great, I have something that helps me lose weight, but now what? If I want to stop the medication.
Right.
And we see in the literature that the relapse, the rebound from those types of interventions is very, very fast. So unless you deal with what's underneath your use of food, you're going to find when stress comes, when you feel sad, when you're angry, when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling fearful, that treatment plan, using food as some way to distract yourself or console yourself, will rear its ugly head. So the real work is establishing a better relationship with yourself and having a set of skills and tools so that you're not turning to food in the face of those things. It's really about becoming your best self.
Right.
And the weight loss and feeling good physically and looking different and improving your health, those are all dividends of really starting to treat yourself like someone who deserves respect, someone who deserves attention. Ultimately, as cliched as it sounds, someone who deserves love.
Right, right. That's beautiful. I mean, I love that you mentioned that it's not necessarily that the medication's a problem, but going to be diving deeper.
What are you going to do when you want to get off of it?
Right.
You know, and that's the anxiety so many people have.
Yeah.
I used to say, people come to me when they feel like they've tried everything and nothing works. Well, you can do any number of things to reduce what you eat, and that will, quote unquote, work, depending on your definition of work. But the real issue is, if you're just not eating, a medication can quiet your appetite, but it can't teach you how to overcome emotional eating. People that struggle like Janae once did, or I once did, 360 pounds, we're not eating because we have an insatiable appetite. It's not because, oh my goodness, no matter how much I eat, I just don't get full.
Yeah.
There are other issues going on. And so when people come to me, the real work is disconnecting from using food in that reactive, spontaneous way, coupling that with exercise, and then having structure and accountability to follow through.
Well, Janae, you look incredible. Thank you again, both of you, for being here. Charles has helped thousands of people reach their weight loss goals, and he can help you too. Schedule your free consultation today at charlesdangelo.com.